Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Young restless Christian Jules LeBlanc shares the scene you didn't see. Michael reacts to his fourth friend faking their own death. After each episode of The Young and the Restless, the network gives viewers a sneak peek into what's ahead in Genoa City the next day. In a recent Instagram post, Christian Jules LeBlanc shared a video that contained his own personal next on, which got a response out of the actress who plays his character's on-screen wife, Lauren. Next on Young Restless, stated LeBlanc. Michael reacts to his fourth friend faking their own death. The video featured a little boy reacting to an adult putting their finger in the mouth of a toy alligator, only to have its jaws clamp down on it, which left the boy putting his hands on his face and dramatically crying, "Oh, no. Aw." LeBlanc explained the toddler's being lightly funny scenario by stating, "To be fair, I had given up caffeine that week," to which Tracy E. Bregman replied, "Haha, and oh no, you gave up caffeine?" One fan, Pam, made an observation and said, "Seriously? A new actor in the making," and fans weren't the only ones who got a kick out of LeBlanc's post. The bold and the beautiful's Ashley Jones, Bridget, sent a few laughing emojis to express her amusement, as Windsor Harmon, ex-Thorne, joked, "Look out for the gator, baby." Caffeine or not, at least the soap star did something fun, New York, during his own downtime away from the camera. In the bustling city of Genoa City, where secrets lurk in the shadows and drama unfolds with the flick of a wrist, the lives of its residents intertwine in a web of love, betrayal, and deception. At the heart of it all is Michael Baldwin, portrayed by the charismatic Christian Jules LeBlanc, a man whose legal prowess is only matched by his unwavering loyalty to those he holds dear. But even the strongest bonds can be tested, and when Michael discovers that yet another friend has faked their own death, the fallout is nothing short of explosive. The morning sun bathes the streets in a golden hue as Michael Baldwin strides purposefully through the doors of Crimson Lights, Genoa City's beloved coffee house. His mind is buzzing with thoughts of the upcoming trial he's set to lead, but his focus is shattered when he spots a familiar face seated at a corner table, bathed in the soft glow of morning light. "Kevin?" Michael's voice is laced with disbelief as he approaches his longtime friend, who wears a sheepish expression that does little to mask his guilt. "Hey, Michael," Kevin Fisher mumbles, avoiding eye contact as he fidgets with his coffee cup. "I know this looks bad, but nothing." Michael interrupts, his frustration bubbling to the surface. "Do you have any idea what you've put Lauren through?" "What you've put me through?" Kevin's shoulders slump as he meets Michael's gaze, the weight of his actions finally sinking in. "I'm sorry, okay? I never meant to hurt anyone. It's just, things got out of hand, and I didn't know what else to do." Michael pinches the bridge of his nose, fighting to keep his temper in check. He knows Kevin well enough to understand that his friend often acts on impulse, but this latest stunt is beyond anything he could have imagined. "This isn't the first time, Kevin," Michael reminds him, his voice softening with a mix of concern and disappointment. "You've pulled stunts like this before, and every time, it ends in disaster." Kevin hangs his head, unable to dispute Michael's words. "I know, and I swear, I'll make it right. Just please, don't give up on me." Michael sighs heavily, his resolve wavering in the face of Kevin's plea. Despite the anger simmering beneath the surface, he can't bring himself to turn his back on his friend, not when he knows that Kevin is capable of redemption. "I won't give up on you, Kevin," Michael says finally, his tone firm but compassionate. "But you need to understand that actions have consequences. You can't keep running from your problems, hoping that they'll magically disappear." Kevin nods solemnly, a sense of determination flickering in his eyes. "I know. And this time, I'll face the music, whatever it takes." With that, Michael reaches across the table, clasping Kevin's shoulder in a gesture of solidarity. Despite the chaos that surrounds them, he knows that their friendship is worth fighting for, even in the darkest of times. As the day wears on, Michael finds himself grappling with conflicting emotions, torn between his loyalty to Kevin and his duty to uphold the law. The trial looms ever closer, a looming specter that threatens to consume him if he's not careful. In the quiet solitude of his office, Michael sifts through the evidence with painstaking precision, his mind racing as he searches for any loophole that might exonerate his client. But try as he might, he can't shake the feeling of unease that gnaws at him, a nagging voice in the back of his mind that refuses to be silenced. hours slip by in a blur of paperwork and phone calls, until finally, the sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the city streets. With a weary sigh, Michael gathers his belongings and prepares to leave, his thoughts still consumed by the events of the day. But as he reaches for the doorknob, a sudden knock echoes through the room, startling him from his reverie. With a furrowed brow, he crosses the room and pulls open the door, only to find himself face to face with a familiar figure, his heart sinking at the sight. "Adam," Michael says evenly, his voice betraying none of the turmoil that churns within him. "What brings you here?" Adam Newman, the prodigal son of the Newman family, stands in the doorway, his expression unreadable as he meets Michael's gaze. "I need your help, Michael," he says simply, his tone devoid of its usual arrogance. Michael arches an eyebrow in surprise, caught off guard by Adam's unexpected request. Despite their tumultuous history, he can't deny the sense of kinship that binds them, a shared understanding born from years of rivalry and reconciliation. "I'm listening," Michael says cautiously, motioning for Adam to enter his office. As the door swings shut behind them, he braces himself for whatever bombshell his old adversary is about to drop. Adam paces the room restlessly, his hands clenched into fists at his sides. "It's Chelsea," he begins, his voice rough with emotion. "She's in trouble, Michael." "Big trouble?" Michael's brow furrows in concern, his mind racing as he tries to piece together the puzzle before him. Chelsea Lawson, Adam's former flame and a woman with a troubled past, has always been a magnet for trouble, but this latest revelation is more serious than anything he could have imagined. "What kind of trouble?" Michael asks. His voice taut with tension, Adam hesitates, his gaze flickering to the floor before he meets Michael's eyes once more. "She's been implicated in a money laundering scheme," he admits, his words heavy with guilt. "And I think she might be in over her head." Michael's jaw clenches at the news, his mind racing as he considers the implications of Chelsea's involvement. Despite their rocky history, he can't shake the sense of responsibility that tugs at him, urging him to step in and help however he can. "All right," he says finally, his voice firm with resolve. "I'll do everything in my power to help Chelsea, but you need to understand that this won't be easy. If she's as deeply involved as you say, we're going to need concrete evidence to clear her name." Adam nods solemnly, a sense of gratitude flickering in his eyes. "I understand, Michael. And I'll do whatever it takes to make this right, for Chelsea's sake." With a shared understanding born from years of rivalry and redemption, Michael and Adam set out on a quest to uncover the truth, their paths converging once more in a tangled web of lies and deceit. But as they delve deeper into the murky depths of Chelsea's past, they soon discover that not everything is as it seems, and that sometimes, the greatest threats lie closer to home than they ever could have imagined.